All right, guys, so this is our plate workout for the week. We have some different stuff on here than we've been doing, different formats, different exercises. As always, I want you guys to start with that general warm-up, get the juices flowing a little bit before you get going. We have 3 to 4 sets of our strength skill stuff, and then a little Tabata workout. So I'm gonna bring Diane in here so we can go over our lifting stuff. First thing is a quad dominant squat with the plate overhead, and there is a tempo here. So our tempo is 3, 1, X, 1, which is 3 down, 1 hold, explode up, 1 hold at the top. So you notice here, she has her plate up overhead, but her feet are also elevated, or her heels are elevated. We're using a plate, but you can use a box, a book, anything that you can elevate your feet by an inch or 2. And her feet are also very close together here. So this is what it's going to look like. She's going to squat down, and you notice with the feet elevated, it's much easier for her to keep her body upright. She'll stand back up, okay? And then the tempo, again, is 3 down and 1 hold. So what that's going to look like is a nice slow descent, working on keeping that plate up overhead, pause at the bottom, and stand back up. All right, so if you have trouble with this is going to be a quad dominant squat, but you're also going to notice if you're holding that plate overhead that your shoulders and your upper back are going to get really fatigued, especially with that slow tempo. All right, so if you're unable to do that, maybe due to some shoulder mobility issues or some tightness in different areas, then what I want you to do is at least hold the plate a little bit out in front of you. All right, so you're still getting that same squat and isolating the quads here. And you're also going to work the upper back just a little bit by holding that plate out in front of you, adding a little bit extra weight. But this is a great scale if you have trouble with that overhead position. Make sure you do your best to stick to that tempo. And on that, we're looking for 8 to 12 reps. Our next one is going to be a hollow position with flutter kicks. And again, you're going to be using this plate. So what we're looking for is a good hollow position. She's got the plate straight up over her chest, shoulders up off the ground. Again, low back press down, abs nice and tight. She's just doing some small 6-inch flutter kicks, and you're going for 30 seconds here. If you need to scale this, you can either, you can set the plate down, first of all. You can just go into your regular hollow position with your arms up overhead and do your flutter kicks. You can bring your arms down to the side, do your flutter kicks. You can just hold a hollow position, or you can scale your hollow position and just hold it however you need to. Right? If you want to add a little bit of extra difficulty to that, then you can grab your plate and bring that plate out over your head a little bit more, and that's going to add a little bit of extra strain to your abs and make that a little more challenging. And the last thing we're going to do is our glute bridges to a deficit. So you're going to use your plate to put your feet on and create a deficit so your butt drops down lower than your feet. So again, we're trying to isolate your glutes here. That's why it's called a glute bridge. So make sure you're feeling it throughout that range of motion. So she's going to lift her hips up, squeeze at the top, and then back down as she slow tap her butt down to the ground. If you're feeling it in your hamstrings too much, then you might need to scoot your butt a little bit closer to your feet. Okay? I want you to go in a nice slow tempo there and really squeeze at the top. If you want to do that single leg, that's fine. You can do some single leg glute bridges. You can do any kind of glute bridge variation that you'd like to. We're going for 20 reps there. So that's your strength stuff, 3 to 4 sets of that. And then we have a Tabata workout. So for Tabata, that is 20 seconds of work followed by 10 seconds of rest, repeated for 8 sets. So the way that this workout is going to go is you're going to do plate ground to overhead for 20 seconds. Then you're going to rest for 10 seconds. When you start again, you're going to then do plate squats for 20 seconds, rest for 10 seconds, and then 20-second plank, and then rest for 10 seconds. All right, and you're going to go through that 8 times. So you're going to be rotating through these 3 movements in order for a total of 8 sets using that Tabata timer. If you do not have a Tabata timer, there's a lot of apps that you can download that will beep at you when your 20 seconds is up and when your 10-second rest is up, so that you don't have to watch a clock. You can just go until you hear the beep. So look for those Tabata timers if you don't have one already. So let's go over the movements. We have plate ground to overhead. So you're going to be using the same plate as you did earlier. And then with this, remember, we want a straight back. As always, she's grabbing right on the sides of the plate. And this is a movement where you generate the power from your hips. Our finished position is straight up overhead, arms locked out. And then remember, as you're doing this exercise, this face of the plate is facing out at the bottom. And as she stands up, once it passes the hips, the plate faces her body on the way up, and it stays facing her at the top. Okay, as she brings it back down, that same side of the plate faces her body, and then as it goes below her waist, she points it back out. So let's see a few of those in a row. Perfect. Again, a hip dominant exercise. You're using your legs to get the plate moving. Our next exercise is the plate squat. So what I'm going to have you guys do is hang on to the plate in the front of your body. How you hold on to it is up to you. You can bear hug it, or you can just hang on to it with your arms. Totally up to you. Whatever way you choose. Still looking for a full range of motion. So hips below the knees. And remember, whenever we're doing any kind of squats, and I know we've been doing a lot of squatting lately, so it's really important to do it right. Your feet are flat on the ground, your knees point out, your back is nice and straight. You need to check all those boxes when you're doing the squat to make sure that you're doing it correctly. Okay, and then our last movement is just our standard plank. All right, so she's going to drop down to her elbows. Her shoulders are directly on top of her elbows. And her body is in a straight line from her shoulders down to her heels. If you want to, you can add another layer to that and vary the plank up a little bit by reaching one arm out, whatever you want to do to make that a little bit more challenging if you feel like you want that extra challenge. If not, just your standard plank is fine. All right, so that is it for this workout. There's going to be a lot of thinking involved with that Tabata part, so make sure that you have something there to remind you to start and stop each time. All right, guys, so good luck with this one. I look forward to seeing how you guys do.